Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm Feedy, and today I'm going to tell you guys a story about one of the funniest things that I've ever witnessed. Um, it happened on Friday, and it was the last day of school. So there's two people. There's a guy and this girl, and the whole year they have just been butting heads. They don't like each other, not one bit. Okay. But we've never had like a huge problem until today. So on this day, I don't know really what happened, but I don't know what started it all. So what happened was the guy called the girl a psycho, and then she basically confirmed that he was right when she took her hands, put them around his neck, and began attempting to strangle him. Now, when we all saw this, we were all kind of like shocked because we didn't really know how to handle this because we've never had to deal with someone trying to strangle someone. Like, we don't have that at my school. That's never happened. So we were all kind of sitting there, just kind of like, how do we deal with this? And then finally, we just we try to separate them. We got them away from each other. We have the girl go to like the back corner of the room, and then the guy to the front of the room by the whiteboard. And and my teacher still has not fully noticed what is going on. Like, she was like sitting on her computer or something, and I'm pretty sure she's like half deaf. She never hears anything that goes on in this room. So we're going, and they are continuing to just yell and yell and yell at each other. And so we finally, like, my teacher finally, like, figured out, hey, something's going on, so let me join in and figure this out. So we told her what happened, and then, and then the girl breaks free of, like, the 3 pairs of hands that we had holding her back, and charges this kid, pushes him against the whiteboard, gets in his face, and they just start yelling at the top of their lungs. And if you can imagine a girl who is in choir and like musicals and stuff yelling at the top of her lungs, it is freaking like terrible. Like, it was awful. So they're just yelling and yelling and yelling, and then my teacher joins in and starts to yell too. She's like, hey, knock it off. And so then my teacher just decides, it's the last day of school, I'm not dealing with this crap. I'm sending you both to the office. So she calls our principal and says, hey, I have 2 kids who got into a fight. I don't want to deal with this today. So I'm going to send them down to you and let you deal with it. And so at this point, I feel bad for our principal now, because he basically just having to deal with all this crap on the last day of school that honestly didn't even need to happen in the first place. So they're going at it, and my teacher decides she's going to send them down one at a time so that nothing happened in the hallway, because I can promise you, if we would have sent them both down at the same time together, we would have been walking in pools of blood, most likely. So she sent them down separately, and she sent the girl first, and then she gets down there, and the principal calls saying, okay, we have her, we're going to talk to her about this. And we're like, oh, okay. Basically, are like settled with this whole battle royale that happened. And so then she has the guy go sit outside, and she just basically says, okay, you're done for the day. I'm just sitting you out here. You're not going to be able to watch the movie, talk to anyone. You're just going to sit out here until he calls you down. So he's sitting out there. 5 minutes go by, and she comes walking back into the room, the other girl. Then the principal calls down and says, okay, you can send this other kid. So we air quotations, send him down there. Little to find out that he never went down there, because I don't know why, but he just didn't. He probably felt that he was so important that he didn't need to. And so, like, 3 minutes after that, we were all just sitting there, and a few of us were just sitting there talking, and then we saw something outside our doors, so we were like, what's that? And we went to look, and this kid is sitting on the floor outside the door, right where he was when we sent him out there in the first place, and he is whimpering like a little dog. Like, he has tears in his eyes, and he's like trying to plead to our teacher that he is innocent and he was defending himself. When he started the whole thing by saying, "You're a psycho." So, while we're dealing with this kid who's crying, who basically, and let me tell you this part too, he is notoriously known for, when he gets in trouble with teachers, he tries to put the puppy dog face on and tries to like think of some sob story to get himself out of there and make it seem like he's absolutely the most perfect thing on this planet. So teachers already hate him for this. Like, teachers despise this kid for that. So, while this is going on, we're in the room talking to the girl who's involved. Saying, hey, what did he say to you? Like, what's going on? And she tells us one of the funniest things I think my principal could have said, and I gained so much respect for this guy when he told her this. He said to her, "I wish you would have punched him straight in the face." That goes to show you how much the teachers were annoyed with this guy when our principal, the principal of the school, says, "I wish you would have punched him in the face." As soon as he said that, my respect level for this guy went from like 0 to 100 in an instant. Like, I was a fan of this guy now. And then, okay, so going back to the guy, my teacher finally gets him to, like, has a call our, like, the enforcer of our school to get him, takes him down there. Yeah, he has to sit in ISR for the rest of the day. That's my story. That's the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. And sorry if I kind of suck at telling stories, but it was still pretty funny. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.